The data is stunning. A graphic that went viral on X, originally posted by author Ryan Burge, reveals that 84% of priests ordained after 2020 identify as conservative. Think about that. 30 years ago, the priesthood was a different world. In the 1960s, right after Vatican II, 68% of U.S. clergy called themselves progressive. Today, that number has collapsed. The future belongs to the orthodox. These findings come from a 2022 national study of Catholic priests conducted by the Catholic Project at the Catholic University of America. It surveyed over 3,500 priests across 191 dioceses, making it the largest study of its kind in more than half a century. And when researchers followed up with a 2025 survey, published on October 15, 2025, and conducted by Gallup, they found almost the exact same results. The generational shift away from liberal self-identification is now unmistakable. This is the Benedict effect, a quiet revolution named after Pope Benedict XVI's more traditional leanings. But here is the deeply personal wound. The data also reveals a painful fracture. The Catholic Herald reports a generational mistrust so deep that young priests see their older confreres as jaded and cynical. Older priests, in turn, believe the young are just waiting for us to die. One young priest put it bluntly: Eucharistic devotion and access to the traditional Latin Mass are priorities for us. For the older generation, these barely register. This is not just politics. It is a crisis of fatherhood. Younger priests do not trust their bishops. They feel abandoned by an institutional church that, under Pope Francis, systematically dismantled the traditional liturgy through Traditionis Custodes. And yet, they stay. They serve. They wait. Theologically, the divide is even starker. About 70% of the youngest priests self-report as conservative/orthodox or very conservative/orthodox. Only 8% of priests ordained in 2010 or later call themselves theological progressives. The numbers flip for the old guard. 70% of priests ordained before 1975 are theological progressives. This means the next generation of clergy is far less likely to follow in the footsteps of progressive icons like Jesuit priest James Martin, Chicago Cardinal Blase Cupich, or Cardinal Joseph Tobin. They are walking away from the spirit of Vatican II and toward a faith of clear boundaries, sin, confession, and moral certainty. But there is a catch. Pope Leo XIV recently sent a letter to the French hierarchy, urging them to be generous in allowing the traditional Latin Mass for those sincerely attached to the Vitus Ordo. Many traditionalists hoped this signaled a repeal of Traditionis Custodes. Yet reporting from the pillar suggests otherwise. Multiple cardinals and curial officials say no formal solution for the Latin Mass is close at hand, at least not this year. So what will these young priests do? They cannot publicly celebrate the Mass of the Ages. They are trapped in a system that often views their orthodoxy with suspicion. But they are not leaving. They are waiting. And while the Vatican debates, they are quietly building a counterculture, parish by parish, confession by confession. The establishment is dying. The young are coming. The question is whether Rome will embrace them or continue to push them away.